Hey everyone, so we're moving on to the next square finally after all those border videos, and the next square is the Tangled pink heart square, which is in issue 21. We need 4 colours for this one, which are the white, lime, vanilla and the candy pink. There's 2 parts to this. There's the square and then we're making a heart to applique or sew onto the square. So we'll start with the background square and we want to start with our white. So make a slip knot with your white on your 4mm hook and then we'll go from there. So for our foundation ring, like I just said, we've got our slip knot on our hook and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to do a slip knot into our we're going to do a slip stitch into our first chain, which is the initial one that we made. So remember to count back 4, so 1 there, 2, 3 and 4, which is this one here. So we're going in there and we're doing a slip stitch to make our ring, and then moving on to round 1 we want to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and that counts as our first treble. From there we want to do 2 trebles into the ring, so we're yarning over and we're pulling those stitches apart to find the center, and we're going in through the center circle and pulling up a loop. So we've got 3 on our hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We're then going to repeat that again, so yarn over, back in through that center circle, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. After that we want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we're going to do 3 trebles into the ring. So there's 1, 2 and 3, chain 2 again, and then another 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3, chain 2 again, and then 1, 2 and 3. Then we need to chain 1, and then we're going to join with a double crochet into our 3rd chain. So those are our 3 initial chains that we made at the beginning. There's 1 there, 1 there and 1 there, so that's our 3rd chain. So we want to go into that one and do a double crochet, so pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through, and then there's round 1 complete. We're then going to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and we want to do 1 treble into the corner space, so into here. From there we're going to do a treble into each of the stitches that we made before. So we did 3 stitches here on the last round. We're going to go into this one at the top, so 1, and then into the next stitch, 2, and the next one, 3, and now we're at the corner. So into the corner spaces we're going to be doing 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. So yarn over into that corner space. We've done 1, 2, and then 2 chains, 1, 2, and then 2 more trebles into that corner space. And now we're going to repeat what we've just done for the last edge. So we want to do 3 trebles going across, so into the stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and we're at a corner again, so we're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. So there's 1, 2, 2 chains, and then 2 trebles. 1, 2. So if you carry on doing that for the next 2 sides, I will meet you at the end. So I've gone to the end, I've done my 3 stitches into the top of the last 3 stitches, and I'm at my final corner. So we want to do 2 trebles into the corner space, 1 and 2, and then we're chaining 1, and just like the last round, we're going to do a double crochet into the 3rd chain again. And that's round 2 finished. So round 3, we're chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1 treble into our corner space. Remember, you want to go into that gap just here. And then you want to do a treble into each of the amount of stitches you got along there. Remember, I can't give away too much of the pattern. If you look at the book for round 3, it would tell you how many stitches you need to do along here. So I'm not going to count, I'm just going to do them. And now I'm at my corner, which is the same as the last corner. So you're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. One, 2, 2 chains, and 1, 2 trebles. So carry on going all the way around. Remember, a stitch in every single one of the last stitches of the last round, and it will tell you how many in the book that you need to do. And then in the corners, it's 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. I'll meet you at the end. So I've just reached my final corner. We're going to do 2 trebles into the corner space. 1 and 2. This time we're going to do 2 chains, 1 and 2, and then we're going to finish with a slip stitch this time into the top of our 3rd chain. If I can get it in there. We then need to fasten this one off because we're going to be working with yarn B, which is the vanilla. So we need to join the vanilla to any of the corner spaces, and we're then going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to do a treble into the corner space. We're then going to do a treble into each of the next 11 trebles from the previous stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we're back at the corner space, same as the previous rounds. 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. So 1, 2, 2 chains, and then 2 trebles. 1 and 2. So carry on with that all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So I'm at my final corner for round 4. We're going to do 2 trebles into the corner space. 1 and 2, and then we want to do 2 chains, 1 and 2, and then finish with a slip stitch into the top of our 3rd chain. We're then going to fasten this one off, and then we're swapping to yarn C, which is the lime, and again join it to any of the corner spaces. So I've joined my lime to the corner space. I'm then going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. We're then going to treble into the corner space. From there we want to chain 1, and this is where things change up a bit with this round. We're not going to go into this stitch here, we want to go into the stitch after, and we're going to be trebling 2 together. So yarn over and into your 2nd stitch, not your 1st one. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and into that same stitch again and pull up a loop, so you've got 4 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 3. Chain 1 again, and we're just going to repeat that all along. I'm finding this really difficult to crochet today because we're in the middle of a heat wave and my hands are clammy and this is really difficult. I will keep going. So yarn over, miss the next stitch and into the one after. Pull up a loop, so you've got 3 on the hook. Pull through 2. Yarn over into that same stitch, pull up a loop, so you've got 4. Pull through 2 and then pull through all 3 and then chain 1 again. Oh, the yarn just is not sliding through my hands at all. So yarn over, miss a stitch, into your next one. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and back in through that same stitch and pull up another loop, so you've got 4. Pull through 2 and then pull through 3. Chain 1. Skip a stitch, into your next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, back in through the same stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, chain 1, yarn over, skip a stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, same stitch, 4 loops, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, chain 1, skip a stitch and into your next one, got 3 loops, pull through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2, pull through 3, chain 1, skip a stitch, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into your same stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. That's not come through properly, just bear with me, we'll start that one again. So yarn over and into that next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 3. So after we've done that, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those green blocks. So after the 7th one, we're going to skip the last stitch there and we're going to be working into the corner space. We're going to treble 2 together, chain 3, treble 2 together. So yarn over into the corner space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into the corner space, pull up a loop, so we've got 4, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3. We're then chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over, back into your corner space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into your corner space, pull up a loop, so you've got 4 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3. I'll show you a couple more just to get you started. So chain 1, skip your first stitch and then into the second one, and then we're trebling 2 together again, and then chain 1, skip a stitch into the next, and then chain 1. We need to keep doing that all the way around, and remember, in your corner you're trebling 2 together, chaining 3, trebling 2 together. I'll meet you at the end. So I'm back at the final corner. I've just done my last treble 2 together. I'm then going to chain 1, and we're going to do a treble 2 together into the corner space, so we're skipping that last stitch. So into the corner space, and that's our last treble 2 together. After that one we are going to chain 3, so we're then going to join with a slip stitch into the top of our first treble, fasten off, and then we're going to join yarn B again, the vanilla, into any of the corner spaces. So I've joined yarn B to the corner space, and I'm then going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to do a treble into that corner space. We're then going to do 2 trebles into each of the next 8 one-chain spaces. So yarn over, and we're going into these gaps in between. So 1 and 2, and then no chains in between, going straight into the next gap with 1 and 2, and just doing the same all along. 1 and 2, 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 and it says we should have gone into 8, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I've got 1 more left into the last space. So 1 and 2. So we're now at the corner. Into the corner we are doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. So 1, 2, then 2 chains and 2 trebles. 1 and 2. We're then repeating the same thing all the way around. So into my first space here I'm doing 2 trebles, 1 and 2, and the same into the next, 1 and 2. So repeat that all the way around, and then in the corners you're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. I'll meet you at the end of the row. So I'm at my corner space, 2 trebles into the corner, 1 and 2. We're then going to do 2 chains and finish off with a slip stitch into the top of your 3rd chain, and then fasten that one off. So we've now finished our square, but this is the first square in any of the magazines that has included the pattern for the border with the square. So we're going to do the border to finish the square off before we make the heart that we need to make, and so on afterwards. So you can join your yarn, which is the white, as with all the borders, to any corner space, and then we're then going to chain 2. We're then going to do a half treble into the corner space. So yarn over into the corner and pull up a loop. So you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. From there, we need to do 1 half treble into each of the next 10 trebles. So we're yarning over and our first one is just here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. After those 10, it says to do 2 half trebles in the next treble. So we're doing 2 into the same stitch. So 1 into that one and then another into the same stitch, and then we're doing another 10 half trebles. So 1, my yarn keeps getting all knotted up and sticking to my hands because of the heat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I've run out of stitches, so I'm just going to do my 10th one into that same stitch at the end, just to make sure I've got the right amount of stitches. So we've come to the corner and we're doing 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. Sorry, 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles. So there's 1, 2, 2 chains and another 2 half trebles. So I'll do one more side with you. So 10 half trebles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 2 in the next, 1 and 2, and then another 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm doing 2 in the last one again because I don't have quite enough stitches. And then into my corner as before, we're doing 1, 2, 2 chains, 1, 2 and another 2 half trebles. Oh, I'm stuck. Why is that not going through? 1 and 2. So carry on with that all the way around and I'll meet you at the end. So I've gone all the way around. We're finishing with 2 half trebles into the corner space. 1 and 2, 2 chains, 1 and 2, and then we're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the second chain, and then we can fasten that one off, and that is what your square should look like up to now. That one's all done. We just need to make the heart now, which is in yarn D, the candy pink, and I'll show you how to do that now. So I've made a slip knot and I'm putting that one on my hook, and we're then going to make 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and just like we did with the square, we're then going to do a slip stitch into the first chain, and then we've made a circle. We then want to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to do 2 trebles into the ring. So yarn over, pull those apart and find your center hole, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and another one, pull through 2 and pull through 2. We're then going to do 2 chains and 3 trebles into the ring 3 times. So chain 2 and then do 3 trebles into the ring. 1, 2 and 3, 2 chains, 1, 2, 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3, and once more 2 chains and 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3. We then need to chain 1, and we're then going to join with a double crochet into the 3rd chain. So your chains are here, we need to go into the top of the 3rd chain and do a double crochet. So pull a loop through, yarn over and pull through both. So we've got a square shape at the moment. We're then going to skip the first treble and we're going to do 7 trebles into the next treble. So yarn over. So this is what would count as your 3 trebles. This is what would count as your first. So we're going into the second one here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. I apologise if there is a lot of noise that's being picked up on this video today. There's actually a birthday party going on in the flat above me, so I'm really sorry if you can hear lots of kids running around. So after we've done the 7 trebles into the centre stitch in the middle, we're then just going to do a slip stitch into the corner space. So we're going to ignore the next stitch along, just skip that one, and we're just doing a slip stitch into that one. We're then doing exactly the same thing again. So we're not going into that first stitch, we're going into the middle one, and we're doing another 7 trebles into that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Slip stitch into the corner space again, and then we're going to do 1 slip stitch into each of the next 3 trebles. So these are our 3 trebles here, we want to slip stitch into each of those. So 1, 2 and 3. We're then at our next corner space, so we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet. So into that space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through, chain 2, 1, 2 and then another double crochet into that space. Slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3, and we then need to fasten off, leaving a long enough tail to attach that one onto our square. So if I just get the square, pinning that one onto the center, and then just use your tail to sew all the way around, and I'll meet you back to show you the final result when I've done that. So I've attached my heart on, that one's all completely sewn on, I just pinned it to the middle and appliqued it on. So there we go, there's the Tangled pink heart square, which is number 21 according to the magazine. I know there's more squares than that now, but they call it number 21, issue 21 I should say. If you've enjoyed this, please leave the video a like. Remember to subscribe if you'd like a notification when the next video is posted, and I shall see you in the next video very shortly. See you soon.